the Red and the Eagles. We are underway from Newman and Ithaca on ESPN+. Coppin State shooting left to right in the opening frame as they will weave it around with their gold uniforms with the white numerals. Cornell in their home white, red carnelian numerals. Swipe for steal, Chris Mannon. Off to Sarju Patel with a little dipsy doodle, acrobatic left to right drive. Red in transition, they are on the board first.
That's absolutely what Cornell's looking to do. You know, this is a big start for Cornell. If they're able to put a big lead up on the board, it's going to be tough for Coppin State to come back. As we talked about, Coppin State's really been road warriors and struggling during this road trip.
They miss a right side three ball. Red in transition. Dolan off to Jordan Jones. JJ barely hit the bottom of the rim. Rebound, Nenda Tark. His brother played at Coppin State. Driving in, left side shot was missed underneath the basket by Zarsuela. Kick back out, they'll recover with Hood. Kick it to the right baseline. Zarsuela, again, one of many red shirts on the ball club. He hails from Houston, Texas. To the elbow it goes. Coming inside, going up off the glass is Tyree Corbett. 11-point score, and he ties the game at 2-2.
Nice aggressive take there. Kobe Dixon is a very good defender, but Corbett got the shot up and over him.
Aggressive at the baseline is Coppin State. They knocked the ball out of bounds, so Cornell inbound with 21 on their shot clock. Shooting numbers don't lie. Record does not lie, but this is a dangerous type of game. Cornell can't look at this as a trap game.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. It could be a trap game in the sense that you see a 1-9 team. You feel you've been playing very good basketball if you're Cornell, but this 1-9 record is not indicative of how good this team is, as you see by the layup by Hood there.
The transfer from Montana State, another redshirt junior, originally from Kansas City, Missouri, is the Red. Back it into the post with Mannon. And there's going to be a foul over the back, so it'll be the first foul against either club. Minute 47 in, and the Eagles with an early 4-2 lead. Chris Mannon not fouled in the act, so the Red will inbound from the right side of their basket.
One of the things you're likely to see tonight is a lot of substitutions. Both of these teams, as we've talked about, like to play a number of different guys.
Dixon, who has a terrific assist-to-turnover ratio for a big man, sliding to the foul line is Mannon. Gets it out of traffic to Dolan, reverses it over to Jordan Jones, and he will kiss off the glass left side. Jordan Jones ties us up at 4 apiece.
And what you'll see right after a Cornell basket is the pressure. It's a pretty solid, it's not token, but it's not all-out pressure, man-to-man pressure from Cornell after virtually every made basket.
Three-point shot, high and long by Nenda Tark. Rebound Red. They get down in transition, as does the Eagles, as the pass is deflected up top. Jones to Mannon. He's not shy to shoot. Misses the right baseline three. Offensive rebound, Dolan. Cornell resets. Dolan up top. Patel into the block, Dixon. They're slapping at him, and they knock it away. The turnovers, they dug it on the post. This is Reggie James, still another red shirt, a sophomore from Trenton, New Jersey, as he'll get it off to Hood. Deep, deep, deep three, no. Leaping rebound to Dolan. We're tied at 4, approaching 3 minutes in the opening half of our third all-time, meaning the Red and the Eagles, as it goes down low, and it's deflected off to Patel. He's going to get fouled by Zarsuela. Left side of the floor, second team foul against the Eagles. 3:04 in, Eric, and a deadlock at 4-4.
And right on cue, 3 different substitutions coming into the ball game. Something to watch for if this is the first time you're seeing Cornell is how good the passers are, the big men are at passing. You saw it from Kobe Dixon. You'll see it from Sean Hansen here. Some of their best passers are their big men.
Senior Greg Dolan on the floor, throws up a hook in the paint that's an air ball. Ball is snatched by the Eagles. They'll come down the floor looking to break a 4-4 game. Zarsuela on the dribble, played by the length of Dolan defensively. He'll rim out a left side three. Threes are plentiful for both clubs as they come down into the front court. Sean Hansen off to Patel, pivots on the dribble, back to Hansen, bullets it left. Boothby stops, pops, rolls it down. Keller Boothby with his first 3 off the bench. Eric, he comes in hitting 50% of his three-point bombs, Keller Boothby.
Yeah, I'd be curious to ask Brian Earl, and maybe you wouldn't give us an answer. Who is your best shooter? but Keller Boothby's got to be up there if he's not the top standstill shooter.
Ball movement, Zarzuela, right side three, in and out. They can't buy a shot now, the visiting Eagles. Red again get down the floor offensively, but credit to Coppin State, they got back as well. Patel with the penetration, the kick to the baseline, three-pointer, counted for Dolan. Assist from the tri-captain Patel to the fellow tri-captain, the junior from Williamsville, New York, Greg Dolan. Red have hit 2 threes, and they have a 10-4 lead.
And as you're saying, this is how the game is going to be played. It's going to be early or late. I think it's going to be up and down. What you'll notice from Cornell, that possession being illustrative, is whoever gets the rebound often just takes. That's the issue that Coppin State's really struggled with all season. Shooting, particularly shooting from beyond the arc. 0 for 6 to start this ball game.
Still another sub for Cornell, number 31, Isaac Gray, the sophomore, into the game. Deep left baseline, three-point attempt is missed by Kyle Cardacci, who is a lightning outside shooter, I've been told. But the Red missed one with Dean Knoll, but the aggressiveness of the Red attacking the glass, the deflection went back out. Hansen into the post, beautiful pass to the driving Patel for the left side layup. Hansen on the assist, and Patel's got 2 early baskets for Cornell.
That's what we talked about. Some of the best passers for Cornell are their big men. Beautiful pass by the youngster, Sean Hansen.
2 more subs come to the score table for Cornell as Corbett gets into the paint, shoots an air ball under pressure. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Isaiah Gray, so possession to be retained by the Eagles. 2 more subs. Jordan Jones back into the ball game, and senior Max Samber from upstate Rye, New York. They become the 9th and 10th players in the rotation in this first half for Brian Earl's Cornell Big Red. Spinning at the baseline is Tark. Kick it to the corner. Three-point shot counted for Zarzuela. Zarzuela gets into the book. First three-pointer of the night for the Eagles. That breaks the run of points for Cornell. It's a 12-7 Big Red lead. Sandberg off to Hansen. They cut the backdoor cut at the baseline. They took it away from Jordan Jones, so the Red reverse it. Boothby will spot up. Nail another one. Keller Boothby is 2 for 2, and the Red have a 15-7 advantage.
Yeah, breakdown defensively there from Coppin State. I have to see it next time. It almost looked like they went with a matchup zone. Unfortunately, they lost their assignments, and Boothby makes them pay.
Into the post, Corbett, left-handed shot under pressure. It's an air ball. Red in transition, led by Jordan Jones. Little high dribble, up top it goes. Hansen will fire off the rim, no, and the rebound comes down to Nenda Tark. Again, his brother was the player of the year in the conference last year as a athletic take to the basket by Tyree Corbett. Hung in the air, got fouled, will get 2 shots.
Yeah,
pretty
nice
move.
Yeah, pretty move off a pretty pass. Just missed it, but a beautiful attempt, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul by the junior Jordan Jones. That's the first foul of the half against Cornell. So Tyree Corbett, the lefty, gets the first one to go down. Came in as the leading rebounder, the leading shot blocker. Eric, he's got 3 double-doubles to his ledger, including a monster game against in-state rival Loyola of Maryland. 15 points and 13 rebounds, and he is 1 out of 2.
Yeah, I mean, he's only listed at 6'7", but he's going to play a lot longer. His arms are so long. He's an imposing force.
Backdoor cut, Jordan Jones off a gorgeous pass by Kobe Dixon. Correct me if I'm wrong, I think every Big Red basket has been assisted. Cornell now with a 17-8 lead.
I think you're right, and the big men are making me look pretty brilliant with how well they've been passing early in this game.
Corbett with a follow-up second effort, got the shooter's bounce. Lengthwise, he looks like a Kevin Durant in terms of his body type, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously Kevin Durant's 6'11" with the big wingspan. He's 6'7" with the wingspan, but you see how quick and athletic he was. He misses the shot. He's right there with the offensive rebound.
Most guys would love to be compared to Kevin Durant, but I'm just saying the body type looked like that.
I was agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I would just say, just a little bit different in terms of his height. But
Isaiah Gray, foul driving to the basket, will hit the first of 2.
I don't think any basketball player would shy away from a Kevin Durant
Well, you like to make comparisons, and I think the athleticism and the body type. The MEAC has a lot of guys that are long and lengthy and athletic. That's the type of league it is. And Isaiah Gray with 2 free throws. First attempts at the charity stripe for Cornell. The lead expands to 9 at 19-10. Substitution for the Eagles, number 11, Greg Spurlock, a freshman guard. Number 11 is on the floor as they just Sears off to the right baseline. Another 3 missed, this time by Spurlock. Red get the rebound with Gray. Off to Dixon, fumbled it momentarily. Manning is back in with the skip left. Jordan Jones, catch and shoot, rims out a 3, and they fight amongst themselves. Tark handles the glass for the Eagles. 19-10 they trail, approaching 8 minutes in. Little dribble drive action for Mike Hood, the transfer from Montana State. He'll get fouled going to the basket.
One of those games where it's absolutely up and down. They won't give them the shot attempt, so Coppin State will have the basketball underneath the basket.
It's the second team foul against Cornell as they'll look to inbound it to Cardacci.
Great shot.
Off our second media timeout, Red have it. Dixon at the top, squares up, skip left, catch and shoot. Jordan Jones, bury that one. The 8th Big Red basket and the 8th dime for Cornell.
It's really good. I mean, this is the Cornell basketball that Brian Earl wants to play. He's got a number of different guys that could play virtually any position. He's got an ability for them to, just get the rebound and go right up. You'll see it here with Jones taking the ball, and they'll push it into transition, and they're very hard to defend. Dolan
back into the ball game. Manning from the right elbow. He tapped his head as if he's saying, wait a minute, I was open, I might as well take a 3. 9 baskets, 9 assists for Cornell. Largest deficit at 25-10. Off the take, Hood under pressure, missed the shot, swatted back out to Steers. Little lefty dribble at the foul line, and he is fouled. The only blemishes for Cornell now are the fouls, but it's hard to nitpick when you're up 15 points as Jordan Jones picks up his second individual foul and the 3rd against Cornell. Likewise, Coppin State with 3 team fouls.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Barry. I mean, it's a 13-3 run for Cornell here after Coppin State initially had the lead.
Alex Rojas, number 13, a redshirt sophomore from Gaithersburg, Maryland. His first appearance. Little jab step, shot is missed by Justin Steers. Red get the rebound. They'll come down into the front court with a comfortable lead. Falling right of the foul circle is Manning. He's tied up. Red will get the benefit of the alternate arrow. They'll retain possession with 10:41 in our first half as Hansen comes back in for Cornell.
Yeah, it looked like it potentially a wet spot on the court. The legs seemed to just go underneath Chris Manning. Obviously, he's all right. And right on cue, another substitution, bringing Sean Hansen into the ballgame for the Big Red.
10:41 in the half. Pristine offense, we like to say, for Cornell right now is Manning out of the double team. The skip to Patel, catch and shoot, off the rim. Ball is batted around inside and snatched by Justin Steers. Stolen away by Dolan. Penetrates inside for the right to left layup. Well, it was not an assisted basket. That string ends at 9, but what a defensive play and hang in the air for Greg Dolan.
Yeah, nice take. Greg Dolan just sort of hit out. The Coppin State player didn't see him. Springs into action and a beautiful use of the rim to protect himself from the defender.
Oh, what a pass underneath, and Patel missed the left to right inside layup. Zarzuela to get it off to Tark for Coppin State. Halfway through our opening 20 minutes and a huge deficit facing the visitors. Spin at the baseline, kick to the corner, stopping, popping, burying a three-point basket is Alex Rojas. Rojas breaks the Cornell run of points. Second three-pointer up top. Sean Hansen. Hansen gets into the scorebook with his first 3. Keller, Boothby, and Hansen have 3 threes off the bench. The 2 of them alone have outscored the entire Coppin State starting 5. Off the dribble, putting up a shot on the glass was Nenda Tark. He'll get fouled going to the basket. Let's go back to the play. Used his body and Hansen bumped into him.
It will be interesting to see what Coppin State does here in this ballgame. They continue to shoot poorly from 3. It's been a trend all season. Did they look to take it to the hoop like Tark did on that possession?
So Tark, who is the club leader in steals, is in and out on the first. His brother graduated as both the league player of the year and defensive player of the year, and all Nenda did as a freshman was win the MEAC Rookie of the Year. So you might say a pair of talented brothers.
Absolutely, quite a family tradition for Coppin State and the MEAC.
1 out of 2 for Nenda Tark, so he gets into the scorebook. Substitution for Cornell. Diminutive but tenacious, Darius Irvin, a 5'8" sophomore from Brooklyn, New York. He's a water bug, but he gets into it defensively, and he can be another shooter as it goes to the right elbow. Hansen missed the right side 3. Rebounds Zarzuela, and he'll bring it down the left side of the floor. Under 9 to go, 30-14 Cornell. Zarzuela off the dribble. Red did not let him get penetration. Kick it deep left side into the post. Corbett backing in on Patel, has the height advantage and goes up and off the glass. Tyree Corbett. He's got 7 of the 16 points for the Eagles. We talked about him in the pregame show, and we talked about his length. It's been a factor. Bounce pass inside, intended for Dean Knoll, who got back into the game. Out of bounds, last touch by Cornell, possession back to the Eagles. I guess at this point, you just got to go possession by possession and chip away.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done, but they've gone inside the last 2 possessions and been successful. We'll see what they do this time around.
Zarzuela up top, missed the 3. 2 Cornell players fight amongst themselves, and Irvin bring it down into the front court. Skids inside the paint. A little bit waxy on the bottom of those sneakers, and that's a traveling violation, or is the floor a bit waxy?
We shall see. Obviously, it hasn't been
Do a check on that during the timeout, will you?
It hasn't been a common problem, but that's the second one. Manning had a jump ball basically as a result of the same type of play.
Jesse Zarzuela with a pretty individual move split 2 Cornell defenders for a picturesque layup. He's got 5, 30-18. Knoll pressured into the post. Hansen back to Knoll. Beautiful give and go, and Dean Knoll with another assisted basket. Sean Hansen gets the assist.
Beautiful play there. Sean Hansen again. You know, we talked about how good these big guys are passing the ball. They're really showcasing it tonight.
Zarzuela with the penetration, the kick to the baseline. 3-pointer, count it, for Kyle Cardacci. He is a 3-point bomber off the bench. More on that as this game develops. As Irvin gets it left side, Knoll fakes it, penetrate, kick, Boothby from the baseline, another trifecta. Do we say Ryan Whitman-esque in his 3-point shooting stroke right now? He's 3 for 3, he's got 9 points.
Certainly has been so far, but
Ready becomes the 12th different player used by Brian Earl here in this first half. Zarzuela from the foul line, jumper high and long, and Ragland Jr. with his first rebound off the bench, off to Darius Irvin, and Cornell will work from the half-court set. Irwin stopped on his penetration. Ragland, they cut down low at Knoll. Ragland didn't see him. Now Ragland catches it, tries to hit Irwin down low. He lost it, it's stolen away. The steal by Cardacci, and in transition comes Zarzuela. Kick it to the left baseline, 3-point shot missed, this time by Mike Hood. Another rebound, Guy Ragland Jr., Dean Knoll to run it to Ragland Jr., there he goes. We saw him debut a couple of weeks ago at home, and it's almost like he lives at the top of the 3-point arc. But Eric, another assisted big red basket.
Another assisted big red basket, and you definitely start to see the mold of what Brian Earl is recruiting. He wants somebody that can do it all. whether it's dribble, pass, shoot, no matter what size they are, they've got to have all the tools.
Well, defense broke down there as Michael Hood went three-quarter court for a left side layup. 4 points for Hood, 38-23, Big Red lead. Boothby to Knoll. Again, the ball movement terrific for Cornell. Ragland Jr. to Irwin. To Knoll, left side, spots up, misses a left side three, and the loose ball tracked down by Corbett. Tyree will bring it down. He's the leading scorer for the Eagles with 7. Cardacci can't get his shot off. Left side it goes. Got the rim and hung and dropped down by Tyree Corbett. Corbett, an 11-point scorer. He's already got 9. He's got 9 of the 25 points for the visitors. Boothby again. Can you say trifecta? Keller, Boothby. He is 4 for 4 from the three-point arc, and just like that, a 41-25 Big Red lead.
Yeah, it looks like to be a 3-2 matchup zone for Coppin State. At times it just breaks down, and you can't give these Cornell shooters an open shot. They'll just knock it down almost every time.
Cardacci couldn't penetrate. Off to Hood. Shoots from the left baseline, and he'll knock down a three-pointer. Mike Hood with 7 points for the Eagles. 41-28. Red have never trailed after breaking the 4-4 tie. Boothby again. Unconscious would be an understatement. A new career high. 15 points for Tyler Boothby. 5 for 5 from the three-point arc, and a 44-28 Cornell advantage. You're speechless, Captain.
Not speechless. It's an impressive onslaught from Cornell. I mean, again, we talk about, it's not taking a lot of passes to break down this Coppin State defense right now. For the Cornell team, they're going to knock down shots. They've got all 5 guys can knock down shots. Coppin State hasn't done a great job identifying all the shooters.
Team foul number 6 against Cornell is Zarzuela with the elbow jumper. Jesse Zarzuela with points 6 and 7, 44-30. Back into the game is Kobe Dixon as Patel misses a left side three-point shot. Cardacci couldn't get the loose ball. Patel saves it, but right into the hands of Zarzuela, and he will motor down into the front court, whip it left. Cardacci, a dangerous three-point shooter off the dribble, kick to the corner, faking the three is Alex Rojas. Left side it goes. Three-point basket, count it, for Daniel Titus. Daniel Titus with a three-pointer. He hails from Sydney, Australia, as Knoll will shoot a deep left baseline three that rolls down for Cornell. It is raining 3 balls in the first half for the Big Red.
It really is, because every time you start to think, well, maybe Coppin State can start to put something together here. You see Cornell just be able to get a rebound, go down, put a lot of pressure on Coppin State in transition.
Mannon into the elbow, shot it just a bit too hard. Offensive rebound, Patel. Kick out, extra pass, Knoll right side, another three-pointer, another 18 baskets, 17 assisted.
Just an impressive evening thus far for the Big Red. That last possession was illustrative of what Brian Earl wants the Big Red to do. Kobe Dixon had an open three. He passes it over to D. Knoll for an excellent three-point opportunity. He knocks it down. That's the unselfish basketball that's leading to this big lead for Cornell.
Player control offensive foul against the Eagles. It was off the ball, so probably a stationary pick, although they haven't put it up yet on the board, but possession goes back to Cornell. Just under 3 to go in a lights-out shooting first half. Backdoor cut. No. Oh, what a beautiful fake. Oh, he missed the chippy. Ball gets tipped in by a Coppin State player. We'll see who they give the basket to. They're going to credit the basket to Knoll. Everything going right tonight for this Cornell offense.
Yeah, even when they miss one, they either get the other team to deflect it in, or Knoll or Mannon deflected that one. So it's just all the bounces going Big Red's way.
Knoll, the second double-figure scorer with 10, and he is off the bench. Cardacci with the kick out to Titus. Fakes the three. Lefty stops, pops, rims out. No one near the offensive glass. 4 Cornell players went for the defensive rebound. They'll come down into the front court with Dixon. Feeds the cutter down low. That's Dolan. They'll kick the ball back out, reverse it, and reset the offense. 4 of the 5 starters on the floor. Fake by Dolan. Shot by Dolan. Short on the rim. And the rebound comes down to Rojas, and he'll get it off to Zarzuela. Under 90 to go in the first half. It's been all Cornell. 52-33 is our score, as the pass by Tark is deflected and knocked out of bounds by Cornell. Here comes Boothby back in. Team in game high 15 points. He'll replace Dean Knoll. He leaves with 10. So 25 of the 52 points off 2 Cornell bench players. But we say bench players in name only because it's almost like having 4 or 5 starters coming off your bench.
It is. You know, it's just one of those teams and one of those systems, the way Brian Earl's running it right now, is that, you know, everybody's going to get a chance to play a lot of minutes. Nobody's playing, you know, 35, 40 minutes a game in this system, and it's paying some dividends.
Kyle Cardacci with a 2-point basket at the other end, and is the red cut down low at Patel. Ball was knocked out of bounds by the Eagles. Cornell will inbound with 56 seconds remaining in just lights out offense in the first half. If you like purity of basketball offensively, this has been it.
Yeah, absolutely. And to stay on that bench discussion, Cornell is outscoring Coppin State in bench points by 20 points.
Dixon to Boothby. Can he do it again? First miss of the first half. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Dolan or Dixon. Possession back to Coppin State. 13-second differential between their shot clock and the first half game clock.
Yeah, they'll look to potentially take a quick shot and get a 2-for-1. They take a quick shot, they're able to get 2 possessions before halftime versus Cornell will only get 1.
See what the Eagles do is Zarzuela. Fancy little between the legs penetration to the right baseline. It goes. 3-point shot missed by Titus. Rebound Red. Come down into the front court. Can they hold for one, or do they want to hold for one? If you get an open look, you take it. Dixon looks up at the clock, and Brian Earl says, you know, graduation. But the next guys have got to step up, and it's just been a tough sledding the record, being on the road as long as they have. They're probably going to be happy to get home pretty soon, I would think.
Yeah, there's no doubt they're going to be happy to get it home and play in the friendly confines of their own arena.
Dixon to Boothby. He'll square up. Almost perfect, but that is a new career. 20 minutes in the books. Our second 20 begins at Newman Arena here in Ithaca, New York. Barry Leonard, 3-time Cornell captain, the All-Ivy big man Eric Taylor. And if you are Coppin State, you start with a basket. Nenda Tark, that's actually his first field goal of the night. Just how Juan Dixon drew it up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, no, a very nice play from Coppin State. Probably the best offensive sequence in terms of movement, ball movement, player movement. So we'll see if they do more of that.
Tark in transition went strong to the left side of the floor, but Chris Mannon wincing as he got up off the floor. Player control, offensive foul. On that Cornell offensive possession, though, a quick 3 taken by Kobe Dixon. Uncharacteristic after the first half passing for Cornell.
Yeah, I think they're going to take it. If they get an open 3, even if it's early in the shot clock, they're going to put that ball up and feel like they're going to make it more often than they miss.
Posting up is Dolan with the left hand, rims out, and Corbett, who's working on a 9-point first half, snatches the first rebound of the second half. In transition, missed layup. Follow-up is up and in. I got screened out by the official. But Tyree Corbett becomes the first double-figure scorer for the visitors with 11.
Yeah, he's just tough. I mean, he's so athletic. As long as he gets it to the hoop, he'll get it on the rim, and he just goes right back up, and he's often quicker than anybody else getting to the ball.
Speaking of double digits, Jordan Jones, second straight 3 scoring-wise. He has 10. That's the first basket of our second 20-minute session for Cornell. Zarzuela up top. He'll stop, pop, and rattle it home. Interesting, when shots finally start to fall, they are here in the second half. 10 points for Zarzuela of the Coppin State Eagles. Now a turnover against Cornell.
Yeah, a little bit of momentum here from Coppin State, no doubt. A couple of misses for Cornell and some baskets for Coppin State.
Largest lead has been 20. It's down to 16. They've definitely had much better floor possessions over the first 2 minutes of this second half. The Eagles of Coppin State. Zarzuela backs it out against Cornell's 2-3 zone, tries to penetrate, little elbow push off, and he'll kiss off the glass. Jesse Zarzuela with 5 consecutive points for the visitors. Mannon taking it off the dribble. They won't give him the continuation. And by the expression on Nenda Tark's arms, he feels he shouldn't have been flagged with the foul. But back to Jesse Zarzuela. He comes off a career-high 27-point effort on Wednesday night in the loss to St. Bonaventure.
Yeah, again, a nice possession there for Coppin State. Looking to get the ball a little bit more inside. Takes it, inside, little step back, and a beautiful kiss off the glass.
My correction, the foul prior was not on number 4, Nenda Tark. It was on Tyree Corbett. Now another fast foul against Coppin State as the ball's knocked out of bounds. Rettel inbound from side court with 21 on the shot clock, 2:11 in, and still a comfortable double-digit lead, although the Eagles are making what they like to say is a mini push here in the opening 2 minutes plus.
Yeah, it's a 5-0 run for Coppin State, made for their last 5 field goals.
Zarzuela with the last 5 points. Catch and shoot. Jones, no. Tipped out to the baseline and knocked out of bounds by Cardacci of the Eagles. Reset the clock to 20 to shoot Cornell off knocked out of bounds plays as they'll inbound it to Dixon. Little turnaround hook in the lane as the post hook for Kobe Dixon. That's his first basket of the game. That's why he's a 50% career shooter. Terrific post-up move. Tark, extra pass. Cardacci will miss a left baseline 3. Red in transition as 3 Cornell players come to the scorer's table. Jones will whip it up top. Dixon against the zone, lob it to Manning, feels his man goes up, ball is punched away. The knockout by Mike Hood defensively, and here come the Eagles in transition. Hood with the crossover, kick it to the baseline, Zarzuela. Back to Hood. Does not use the Corbett pick. Cardacci now slides off Corbett. A lot of one-on-one here. Left baseline, Tark. Kick it to the corner. Hood, extra pass. Zarzuela from the elbow. No. Offensive rebound put up and missed by Corbett. Rebound Red. Dixon got up defensively as Jordan Jones kicks it to the right elbow. Coming inside is Dolan, and he lost the dribble out of bounds. 3 new players for Cornell, 2 new Coppin State Eagles. Both of them wearing the white headbands, Z, as we mix and match in our opening 3.5 minutes from Ithaca in the second half.
It's got elements of a hockey game here in Newman Arena.
Line change?
Yeah, line change like you'd see at Liner Rink, but it is absolutely a basketball game. And again, Coppin State is very much trying to get back into this ball game.
Penetration went into Reggie James, who came into the game, along with Alex Rojas, number 13 for the Eagles. Zarzuela trapped at the foul line. Tark, step back, long 3, no. And Sean Hansen, the sophomore, gets the defensive rebound for Cornell off to the marksman Boothby. Boothby with a career-high first half. But look at Coppin State hustling with a combination of Tyree Corbett and Jesse Zarzuela. They have 11 and 12 points respectively.
Exactly, and Corbett 4 rebounds away from another double-double this season.
Which would be his 4th. He's as consistent as they come. Zaire Williams into the game, and Nazir Williams as they come down the middle with a driving layup. It's knocked back out. So Nazir Williams, the reigning Ivy Freshman of the Week, number 5, seeing his first appearance of the game for Cornell. Did not play the first half. Isaiah Gray's pass inside is batted away. Picked up by Coppin State. They'll come down into the front court. Looking to cut into the double-digit deficit. Also on the floor, Justin Steers, number 1, a floater in the lane. Bounce, no. Tipped around inside Boothby. Gets it out to Knoll, and he is fouled in transition. Zarzuela is saying, I just brushed him, but they said that's a foul in transition. That'll be the first on him in the second half and the 4th overall team foul.
Yeah, not any real concerns at this point for either team in terms of fouls. A couple of guys have 2. But nobody with more than that.
Corbett and Hood return to the lineup for the Eagles. 4:45 into the second half. Again, the first appearance by Nazir Williams for Cornell. He is a high-octane sixth man off the bench, although the way Cornell substitutes, you have several guys that you can put that label to. Boothby on the handoff to Knoll. They're guarding much deeper now in the second half. Boothby, however, says, you know what? You're not still guarding me close enough. And Keller Boothby, with his 7th three-point field goal of the game, adding to his career-high 21 points. Here's Williams, who entered the game with a strip, bounce pass to Knoll, driving left side layup. Knoll into double figures with 10, and a gorgeous transition assist for Nazir Williams. That'll get the crowd up at Newman Arena. Catch and shoot, right elbow, hook. Second half, Eric Taylor. The problem, Cornell's 5 of 11 shots. Cornell is 4 out of 9, still over 50%, and within 2 points of their largest lead of the game as they beat the full court pressure.
Yeah, Coppin State trying to mix things up. Definitely looking to extend their pressure, try and give Cornell a different look.
Hansen with the pass down low, intended for Nazir Williams. There's going to be a foul in the passing lane against Coppin State. Incidentally, Keller Boothby, 7 three-point field goals. The individual game mark for a Cornell player is 9, held by 3 different players. So the way Keller Boothby's going, he could very well, he's already within striking distance of the single game three-point made record at Cornell.
Yeah, a couple of records to watch as it relates to three-pointers. You just outlined the individual, also the team. Cornell's now made 15 threes, which is good for top 10 all time in Cornell.
And they just had their 9th turnover. Coppin State's only got 6 turnovers. They just couldn't get over the hot shooting in the first half. They're playing Cornell tough here in the second half, a 2-point differential, and just like that, a jump shooter fouled at the baseline, Jesse Zarzuela. He'll go to the line, fouled by Nazir Williams. The question was, is it a 3-point shot or a 2-point shot? Didn't see where his foot was on the baseline.
Yeah, just a 2-point shot there. Not a great foul by Nazir Williams. Zarzuela was going into a fadeaway shot from the corner. Really, you just want to contest those. It's such a difficult shot. You're better off contesting that than giving up 2 free throws.
He's got 12 on the night, although he missed the first, so he's now been in double figures for 5 straight games, and 8 of the 12 for the Eagles. Again, the leading scorer, just under 15 points a game, and he has number 13. Now let's see if they can turn them over defensively. Coppin State is Knoll, a one-man press break by himself down into the front court. Nenda Tark back on the floor for the Eagles as we approach the 6.5-minute mark into the second half, and Cornell still with a comfortable lead as Dixon will back into the post, feed Isaiah Gray, left side layup, his first basket of the game. He's got 4 points off the bench, another assist to Kobe Dixon. Dixon came in with a 24-15 assist to turnover ratio individually. No surprise for the Brian Earl big men.
No, I mean, it's just incredible passing, and they sense the double team well in the post, and also continue to rebound well. Beautiful one there by Kobe.
Hood just got the penetration, but Dixon forced him into the shot and grabbed the rebound, as you said, Eric. And both teams get back down the floor in transition, although Gray bolts to the right baseline, gets tied up for the jump ball, and this time the alternate arrow will go Coppin State's way with 3 fresh set of legs coming in for Cornell, 3 starters back on the floor.
Yeah, that's something that should pay dividends for Cornell as the season goes on. They run guys in and out. Everybody on the floor is often very fresh, and it allows them to put that full court defensive pressure on that you're seeing now.
Under 13 to play. Zarzuela, kick it to Hood. Still trying to penetrate. Loop it right. Driving is Tark. Oh, a pretty little shot right to left underneath the basket. Got all net and a foul. Nenda Tark, club's leader in steals, came in averaging 11.5 points a game. That's a pretty pass. And the explosion off the dribble for Nenda Tark.
Yeah, beautiful.
Kobe Dixon.
Yeah, beautiful play there. He uses his body very well. And also you notice Coppin State's got guys in on the rebound. They didn't have that in the first half. I'm assuming they're looking to press if he makes this free throw.
Couldn't bottom it out. That move looked like his coach, Juan Dixon, in his heyday. Dolan off to Dixon. One terrific player, Juan Dixon.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he was
Absolutely.
voted recently to the top 75 of NCAA tournament players. But back to the present, the kick to the corner. Patel off to Jordan Jones, squares up, launches a 3-0. Boothby tips, but snatched by the Eagles. Uncontested transition layup for Jesse Zarzuela. 15 points for Zarzuela, and now a turnover. Tark took it away right in front of the Cornell bench. Zarzuela, quick three, no. Tipped around, yes. Corbett, follow, no.
Quickly, he's one of the best that I've seen, certainly at this level of not staying on the floor. He puts that ball up, and he knows if it's just off, he's going to get down and right back up, and he gets a lot of offensive rebounds.
It's down to a 13-point game, and as they came down into the front court, Juan Dixon going a bit deeper into his bench. Isaiah Gross, a redshirt freshman from Lanham, Maryland. He is charged with the foul. Chris Manning, a inbound from Cornell, he got back into the ball game as Patel double team. Dolan stops the beautiful cut down low, and Jordan Jones with a right to left layup. We'll say it again, still another assisted basket for Cornell. That was one of the prettier ones here in the second half.
It was, and it was a big one. It was a 10-2 run for Coppin State up until that beautiful basket by Jordan Jones. The timing device and figured out that 9 seconds had gone off the shot clock.
All right, from the foul line, jumper too hard by Tark. Rebound Red, they'll come down in transition with a 15-point lead on the board. Again, they broke open a 4-4 game in the first half and have never trailed since. Dixon with the feed up top, caught by Patel, whirled around. The VMI transfer, floats up a shot, will get fouled at the baseline. Now Dixon initiating from the top, that is a tenet of the old Princeton-style Pete Carrill offense that Brian Earl has brought to Cornell, where the center can pass from the top.
Yeah, that's very much a tenet, and the way I would describe it is this is a much more up-tempo version of what Pete Carrill did. So you'll see a lot of the same cuts, dribble handoffs, backdoor cuts. The big difference is Pete Carrill and that team almost never took a shot unless it was within 5 seconds or less on the shot clock. Here, Brian Earl's team will very much look in transition. If they get an open shot, even if it's early in the shot clock, they're going to pull the trigger.
Second of two for Patel. He's 1 out of 2. Rebound Corbett. Once he hits 10 rebounds, he'll have his 4th double-double of the season. As they get it inside, they miss the left side layup attempt, and Jordan Jones with the rebound for the Red in transition. Manning can't get separation from his defender. Dolan. Dixon. Skip pass, catch and shoot. Patel, drain it. Assisted basket in the first 3 ball of the night for Sarju Patel. That's the 65th career 3, combining both his Cornell and VMI careers. Given an open shot, he's going to drain it. Speaking of trying to drain it, the left side 3 missed by Mike Hood. Another rebound for the Red. Patel out of the double team off to Dolan. Dolan circling left, bounce past Jordan Jones. Floater from the left baseline, 2 points. Second leading scorer for Cornell tonight, Jordan Jones with points 13 and 14. And just like that, the lead balloons close to 20 points once again. Hood trap, splits a double team, feed off Corbett, floats it up and in. Assist Hood, basket Tyree Corbett. They can't afford to trade baskets in transition. And just like that, Chris Manning gets fouled in transition offensively for Cornell.
Yeah, it was an 8-0 run that was broken there by Corbett's layup. As you talk about, Coppin State needs to do it on both ends. If they continue to trade baskets, it's going to be another loss for them on the season.
Team foul-wise now, the Eagles are up to 8. So the 1-and-1 opportunity presenting itself for Chris Manning. Started off his Division I career with a 17-point effort in the opener against Binghamton, and he has not looked back, averaging 10 points as a freshman, but he misses the front end of the 1-on-1.
Yeah, he, not necessarily his biggest game from a scoring perspective, but he's a bright spot in this Cornell rotation. You see it. That was a fantastic challenge on the three-point shot right there.
Williams slithering into the paint. Kick it out to Hansen, who's back on the floor. Lefty dribble, fumbled it. Bounce pass to Knoll. Foul line. They double team, they triple team. That's a turnover. Eagles come up with the loose basketball. Tyree Corbett handed off to Hood. Approaching 9 minutes in the second half. The penetration, the floater put up, missed by Tark. But there's going to be a foul on the floor. If it's a shooting foul, it'll obviously be 2 shots. It's the 5th overall team foul against Cornell. They ruled before he penetrated. So they will not get the benefit of the free throws as we have substitutions for both clubs. Isaiah Gray, the sophomore, back in for Cornell. And the Australian Daniel Titus into the game for Coppin State. Deep baseline, Zarzuela. Missed the open look. Gray to handle it for Cornell. Under 9 to go. And Isaiah Gray almost got into a discussion dribbling the ball with the official over the Big Red bench. Hansen trapped at the baseline. Let's see if the foul comes up against Daniel Titus. They rule it against Jesse Zarzuela. Individually, that's number 3 for him. They went into the bonus several minutes ago, Cornell, so it'll be a 1-and-1 for Sean Hansen. As Tyler Boothby comes in to replace Chris Mannon. Again, Boothby needing just 2 3-pointers to tie the individual school game record at Cornell. But more importantly, Hansen with the front end of the 1-and-1.
Yeah, he's just got a very smooth stroke. You see it from his 3-point shots, and you see it here at the free throw line.
Pair of foul shots for the sophomore from Ramsey, New Jersey, one of several New Jersey products on this Big Red basketball team. And why not? Their head coach went to Shawnee High School in New Jersey, Brian Earl. Zarzuela against Williams. Step back, 3-pointer, hard and long. And Isaiah Gray in transition for the Big Red. Power dribble into the paint.
Get to the hoop. Draws the foul against Coppin State.
All the Big Red guards seem to be penetrators now in this offense.
Yeah, again, you see what Brian Earl is recruiting. I think you need to be able to both penetrate and shoot the ball. That's what for Gray on the floor, for certainly Nazir Williams on the ball defensively there. That's what they bring to the table.
Tark, penetration. I believe that was Hansen who cut him off, but also bumped into him. So team foul-wise, that'll be the 5th against the Big Red. But Boothby, I'm missing on fouls tonight. Boothby, not Hansen on the foul, but to the free throw line will be Nenda Tark. Quiet night with 5 points, now make it number 6. Corbett with 15, Zarzuela with 15 to lead the Eagles. And still a comfortable lead for Cornell. They've used 13 different players in this contest and 2 free throws for Tark to give him 7 on the evening. See how Cornell handles the backcourt press. Hood trying to strip the ball from the dribbler Dean Knoll. So Knoll will go to the free throw line, and automatic 2 shots because of the double bonus situation.
Yeah, going to be a long night if for Coppin State if Cornell continues to just exist on the free throw line. We've talked about it, the bench scoring, and that the advantage for Cornell just continues. It's now 44 bench points for Cornell against only 11 for Coppin State.
Dean Knoll in his 50th game tonight in a Cornell uniform. I mentioned Brian Earl went to Shawnee High School in Medford, New Jersey. That's the same alma mater high school-wise of one Dean Knoll. And as a senior, his 737 points in the season broke the single-season record held by Brian Earl's brother, Dan Earl.
Yeah, quite an impressive high school career. I mean, obviously Dan was a superstar at Penn State. I think many people know how good Brian Earl was at Princeton. A number of different career highlights, including being a freshman on that classic team that beat UCLA in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
Titus misses the left side drive, contested attempt by Cornell, pressuring defensively. More on that point shortly as Gray is stopped out to Hansen, squares up, in and out on the three-point shot, snatched underneath by the Eagles. Here they come. Tark, Rojas back into the game. Alex Rojas, the redshirt sophomore. 7.5 to play. Titus off the entry pass. Rojas spot up, three-pointer, in and out. Offensive rebound, put up and missed by Sita Konic. Each, the difference, the scoreboard. It's just a 2-point game if this started. If the second half was the first half, we'd be a 2-point game.
Yeah, I mean, Coppin State has played much better in the second half, and what was it, a 25-6 run or something thereabouts in the first half, which really opened it up for Cornell. Keys have been bench scoring, as we talked about, and still shooting. Cornell's over 50% from beyond the arc, whereas Coppin State's only at 25%.
There's a hold off the ball, so this one against Alex Rojas, the 6'5" redshirt sophomore from Gaithersburg, Maryland. So Cornell back to the free throw line, and Greg Dolan will get the honors. Dolan with a homecoming in the Monday night win at Canisius College, as he hails from Williamsville, New York, a suburb of Buffalo. And I was told he was fired up on the bus, fired up on the court. Greg Dolan, one of 3 tri-captains, his 30th game in the Cornell uniform, and he's 1 out of 2.
Yeah, one of the many nice wins for Cornell this season. Canisius has a very good ball club. Cornell was a slight underdog coming into that, but just did quite a bit on the road. Really got out to a huge lead and did enough to hold on.
Nenda Tark at 6'4", sees the floor well. That time he saw the opening in the Cornell defense, fought his way inside, and he was a preseason All-MEAC pick. And we'll get the replay. It's not that it was bad defense. He just found seams in the crack and went right through to the rack.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And that's what I talked about in the first half. I think Coppin State's done a much better job in the second, is attacking the hoop. They have great athletes, some of which have terrific length, know how to use their body. And, easier said than done to penetrate the Cornell defense. But Coppin State's done a pretty good job of it in the second half.
Actually, Cornell's got more turnovers than the Eagles at 12-6, but the second of 2 missed. Let's see if Cornell handles the pressure. They do into the front court as we're approaching 6.5 to play. Historically, this is just the 3rd meeting between the 2 clubs. Cornell looking for their first victory, however, over the Eagles, as they will look to attack the zone, which is extended way out in the second half. As shot clock under 5 seconds. Noel at the shot clock buzzer. That was the best defensive half-court set we've seen from the Eagles, particularly in the second half. Zarzuela, falls down into the bench. 3-point basket, counted, and a foul. His 3rd 3 of the night. Jesse Zarzuela, the sophomore from Houston, Texas, gets an opportunity for a rare 4-point play. Boothby on the foul.
Yeah, Boothby has done so much well tonight. That was a mistake to follow the 3-point shooter. Right thought in that he's looking to contest probably Coppin State's best or second best 3-point shooter, but just a little bit too much to give up the foul there.
Zarzuela continues his torrid scoring. He's got 19. I referenced earlier this week against St. Bonaventure. His career high was 27. He also had a 25-point game against DePaul. So he can be counted on for points. What the Eagles need now is stops with under 6 to go, and the deficit down to 14 points. Dolan feeds it inside, right to left, blocking the shot underneath was Sita Conte. And in transition, Corbett off the window, gets the rolling down. Tyree Corbett with 17 points. Here come the Eagles. 12-point game in favor of Cornell. The largest lead of this game was 21 in the first half. Manning lost it, recovers. Kick out Boothby, wide open. Second miss from three. Offensive rebound, Dixon. Back to Boothby. Cornell looks to reset. Red need to spread them out as Knowles' pass is deflected and knocked out of bounds. Two Big Red starters, Jordan Jones and Sarju Patel, back into the Cornell lineup.
It's been a very impressive stretch for Coppin State. 7-0 run over the last almost 2 minutes. Cornell scoreless, as aforementioned, over those minute and 54 seconds.
36 of the 68 Eagle points between Jesse Zarzuela as Patel shot an air ball. Manning kick it out again. Patel fakes the three. More contested 2-point shot. He airballed that one. Zarzuela in transition. Head of the circle. NBA range three. Count it. Jesse Zarzuela. Suddenly 21 is down to 9. A huge run for the Eagles to get back into this game. We still have 4.5 to play. Manning to Dixon, skip it to the corner, catch and shoot. Jordan Jones! Lefty three ball. His third of the night. Clutch shot for the junior from Thousand Oaks, California. Back to double digits to lead for Cornell, and at the baseline, Jordan Jones, playing some terrific defense, forces Jesse Zarzuela to go out of bounds. That's a huge turnover, preceded by a big-time three-point open look.
Yeah, just Jordan Jones has just had a fantastic sequence there on both sides of the floor. Yeah, he's very comfortable in his shot. He's very confident in his shot. You see that. You give him a little bit of space, he's going to take it, and he's going to make it more often than not. And then great defense. That's exactly what Cornell needed to start to calm this momentum that is definitely in Coppin State's favor.
Cardacy, number 12, back into the lineup for the Eagles. Red handled the full court pressure as they'll work half court. Starting lineup on the floor for Brian Earls, Big Red, with under 4 to go.
5 on the shot clock.
Fadeaway from the right baseline, missed, and the rebound snatched by
quitting. They were starting to do some things better. The pressure was starting to turn Cornell over. Cornell now has 12 turnovers on the night. And that man right there, Corbin, his athleticism, his ability to get offensive rebounds, really complemented by Zarzuela, and his scoring have been very, very effective in the second half.
It's down to 10. Can the Red handle the pressure? They get it into their offensive front court. Dolan double teamed off to Manning. So Corbett now with 18 points and 11 rebounds. It's been a huge two-man effort offensively between those two, Zarzuela and Corbett. But right now it's defense needed by the Eagles. Backdoor cut. Patel! Who else but Dixon on the assist? The two seniors teaming up. Points 9 and 10 for Sarju Patel. He becomes the 4th double-figure scorer of the evening for Cornell. A pretty pass by Kobe Dixon.
Yeah, nice one. Cornell intentionally running down that shot clock. They don't do it a lot. They will do it in tight games where they have a lead late. And as you see it, they can run the slow down offense almost as well as they can.
3 ticks under 3. Pressure. Knoll verbalized to the official. He said, listen, we want a timeout, so we'll keep it here. 6 seconds off the clock. And a 10-point deficit facing the Eagles. We're going to get a replay, a review of the no, it's just a Cornell timeout.
Yeah, 30-second timeout here. So Brian Earl will look to get this ball back in. There was a lot of contact there. Manning obviously wanted a foul. He didn't get one, but smartly Dean Knoll gets the timeout. Cornell gets a reset. They'll still have to be mindful of the 10-second runoff here. They'll have essentially 4 seconds to get the ball over midcourt.
Now they've been in the double bonus for quite some time, the Big Red on the offensive side. Defensively, they are at 18 fouls. So unless it's a shooting foul, it'll be a 1-and-1 for the Eagles. But first, they need the basketball back. And Boothby will inbound the ball right in front of our broadcast location on the media side of the floor as Knoll Almost lost it. They double team Mannon. Heads up play. Jordan Jones missed the three. Heads up play, and that Dixon wanted some clock to go. Got it back to the shooter. Zarzuela launches a left side three, no. And Dixon yanks the defensive glass. Ahead to Mannon. Under 2.5 to play. Oh, a monster dunk! A one-hand flush by the sophomore Chris Mannon. That is the highlight reel shot of the night as the C opened up on defense and Mannon went straight down as Corbett looks to answer back. He'll get fouled in the transition, but on the other end, he's been called athletic. That would be an understatement. Chris Mannon with a Major League NBA-style dunk with one hand. He flushed it down. A monster shot for Mannon. Only his second field goal of the game, but what a time to get it as they go back to the line, Coppin State. And Tyree Corbett has his 22nd point of the evening.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. You know, Mannon under his 10 points coming into the game, but he's going to have the most memorable points of this game. I have a feeling tomorrow I'll see that dunk in your voice on Twitter for the Cornell Big Red feed.
The sophomore just with authority put it down. Now he tries to split the double team. They lose it. Knoll can't control it. Pick it back up. Fire it off to Dixon. What do we
got? Two fantastic players there, both having very good games.
In and out on the second is Knoll. However, Kobe Dixon, huge offensive rebound, and he'll lay it up and in from the right. Kobe Dixon, the tri-captain. The Holcomb, Kansas senior, with perhaps his biggest rebound of this home season. As he put it back up and in off the missed free throw. Tark, travel. Again, he's having a breakout season, not so much statistically, but the things he does on the floor is Boothby. Caught it. Clubs, each team with 10. Brian Earl at the top of the Cornell bench having a discussion with one of the officials. And he follows up a monster throwdown with his 6th point of the evening. Chris Mannon, the Milford, New Jersey product. New Milford, New Jersey. St. Thomas more prep before coming to Cornell. 2 big free throws. Zarzuela with the kick. Cardacci with a 3-point miss. He was touted as a 3-point bomber. He was a second-team preseason All-MEAC pick coming into the season, but Cornell closed out on the shooter, and we're under a minute to go in our second half.
Cornell content to use some shot clock there, get a good shot from the corner, and will now use even more shot clock and game clock with that offensive rebound.
So for the first time in some 3 tries, Cornell will get their first win over the Eagles after losing the first 2. Last time Cornell started a season 7-1, the 1967 season, as the shot clock violation happens. And over the last 10 games in non-conference play now, Eric Taylor, assuming this holds, and it certainly will, Cornell will be 9-1 against non-conference opponents in its last 10 games. It's
been an incredible start for Cornell. I think, you know, nobody really knew, or at least we didn't know what they had. You know, these guys hadn't played in a couple of years. Many of the players the last time Cornell were playing, you know, are in different uniforms, whether that be Rice, Syracuse, and the list goes on. And so it's been a really fun season to watch so far. It's a very unselfish team. It's a great brand of basketball, how quickly they play. And I think the expectations are starting to rise here on the East Hill.
Keller Boothby on the foul, so it puts Corbett at the free throw line. Second leading scorer with 23 for the Eagles. So Zarzuela and Corbett now with 48 of the 77 points. It remains that way as it's tipped out to Mannon. And all Cornell has to do is dribble out the clock, and they are standing here at Newman Arena. Cornell remains unbeaten at home. Program history for you historical buffs, the 1,284th win in school history.